here we are. Human FTL is insane. No, by Fox Corp. There we go. Narration, Fox Corp. Human FTL is insane. Start. Hubble small. UI. YouTube, explain what was bad about that message earlier. The best part is, you can't post the message, so I can't tell you. And yeah. That's the issue we got here. Alright, let's go ahead and save you. Get back to human FTL is insane. Was trying to say YouTube will strike us down. Gotcha. Yeah, no idea. And people think that the YouTube algorithm is good. No. It gets it just blocks a bunch of things. It allows a bunch of things that it shouldn't. And it just kind of rolls like that, and people pretend it's good. Alright, let's hop on in here. Works. Perfect. Save. And go to one-shots. Fox Corp. Human FTL is insane. Number 1. Delete. Get in here. I think we can go to step 5. Save. Get that to 2. Delete. Alt WF. Free. Alright, and everything should fit into 4, and it does. I know what I want to do. Alright. 4. Okay, I have not requested Reversicide, and that is what I want to ask. That's 1, 2, 3. Go. Get that saved. Perfect. Minimize, minimize. Get you here. Open you up. One shots. Not Farm Witch. Fox Corp. Human FTL is insane. Get the CL audio. Delete. And get items 4 through 1 so that they populate properly. And then items 1 through 4. Drop them in there. Ripple delete. Ugh. That is going to be an annoyingly short episode, but that's fine. That is a fine size position. Get you down to 90%. To size position, get you down to as well. 90 and 90. Go. Take it back. Headphones, or earbuds rather. Also, I found them. I couldn't find them 2 days ago when I was streaming. 3 days ago when I was streaming. Yeah, 3 days ago on Monday when I was streaming. Couldn't find them. Found them today. They were on my bookshelf, which is where I expected them to be. Just didn't Didn't see him there. Properties, earbuds, second output. Let's make sure it's going to the right place. There we go, and let's lower that quite a bit. Sapient races progressed upon a well-beaten path of development. Outliers either went a little faster or slower, changing up some of the general. Maybe boosted a tiny bit. Steps. One constant, however, was the method of FTL travel. Boosted a tiny bit. Each successful sapient spacefarer, perfect, just gets straight into the yellow range and doesn't go any higher. Right where I want it to go. Alright, there. Deselect. And let's roll. Most sensible sapient races progressed upon a well-beaten path of development. Outliers either went a little faster or slower, changing up some of the general steps. One constant, however, was the method of FTL travel. Each successful sapient spacefarer utilized the tried-and-true wormhole drive. Everyone had varying levels of safety, but overall it had a 75% success rate. Not excellent, not terrible. The most skillful species had a success rate of up to 99%. Humanity has a success rate of 100%. But they achieved it in a way so reckless and downright insane that the entire galaxy has still refused to adopt it. They call it true vacuum utilization. While the name doesn't sound like much, it really is something to behold. The process takes many years, sometimes centuries, to properly perform. But once established, it works perfectly. The process is as follows. Go S, X, and continue. Step 1. Lay down a path with slower-than-light construction drones. This step prevents the complete annihilation of the surrounding universe, but the most important regarding safety. Alright, and this one, unfortunately, is going to require slightly more. Nope. Nope. F. Prop source, perfect. Okay. Oh, right, because it's there. That's why. All right, put you on the bottom. There. Sure. Implement thermodynamics defying shield capacitors. Pretty much the same as step 1. Makes sense to humans. Go. Cut. Up over there. Source crop. And get to step 2. Perfect. Step 3. Create a Dyson sphere or generate similar power output. Penrose sphere or a Kugelblitz. The concept of a Kugelblitz is unknown to the galactic community. Humans have yet to properly explain its function. Apparently, they make a black hole by using a lot of concentrated light. The idea doesn't make much sense, but humans are adamant about their existence. Split, backtrack, and crop source, bottom. Step 3. Step 4. Power the thermodynamics defying shield capacitor. An insane energy device. Cut. Source. Energy device. Step 5. Unleash synthesized strange matter into a Kugelblitz within the shield. This triggers what the humans call a false vacuum decay. As with much of human theory, we have no idea what they're attempting to explain. How does the vacuum turn into not a vacuum that breaks physics somehow? Yay. There we go. Progress. Step 6. Use the thermodynamics defying properties of the no longer false vacuum to power the thermodynamics defying shield capacitors. Somehow, this also generates excess energy that can be used. It is thermodynamics defying, after all. There. F. Prop source. Down to step 6. Thermodynamics. Step 7. Encase ships within false vacuum bubbles within the true vacuum and move as quickly as you want. This is the FTL step. There is no speed limit within a true vacuum. No sensible physical concept of space or time either, making it possible to move infinite distance over an infinitely small amount of time. Physics no longer applies. Humans don't even know the reason for this one. Ah! Progress! Ah! Panic! What? You mean I'm not actually, just chilling out with chat and, goofing around and actually making progress on the thing that I'm supposed to be making progress on? Blasphemy! That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Step 8. Profit. Literally, you can now create infinite energy out of nothing, as well as faster than light.
Now that humans have contacted the rest of the galactic community, they've obtained some of the standardized FTL drives. Now, instead of relying on slower-than-light drones to set up their FTL highways, they use FTL drones. The construction of the human space highways has only sped up as a result, worrying everyone but the humans. They don't seem to think the risks outweigh the rewards. Now, humans consistently pester the galaxy, asking us for permission to build highways through our own sovereign territory. They tell us how safe their technologies are as reassurance, but in the very next sentence tell us of all its dangers, in the infamous words of the human scientist Robert Finkov. Our FTL allows for instantaneous and safe travel across the stars. Please note, however, that in the unlikely event of failure,
the entire unshielded universe will be deleted from existence by an invisible force moving at the speed of light. Needless to say, no one has taken them up on their offer as of yet. Go. Save and export. One shot. Fox Corp. Human FTL is insane. And let's let that render. And that is going to be Friday the 16th's release, aka tomorrow, aka in 13 hours from now, and I still don't have a thumbnail for it. I'll get around to doing that shortly. But first, let's get started on the semi-finale of Fourth Generational Warfare. Least dangerous human accident on a spaceship. Yes. Pretty much, yes. Okay, I'll worry about asking for permission for isekai, reverse isekai later. And yeah, this is kind of my, the calendar that shows my workflows. Also, get rid of that. Why we have that. So yes, I know I've gone over this a couple of times, but everything that is crossed off, that is from the gaming channel. And that means that I have uploaded, gotten everything done and set. Blue with a check mark, but not crossed off. That means, write that down, write that down. We know when he leaves his house. You assume that I'm not a complete shut-in. That works from home and spends all of his time at home because he doesn't like going out and seeing people. Anyway, anything with a check mark, but this darker shade of blue, that is video game stuff that I've recorded for my gaming channel, Bring Stabity. Joe Brick says, I am part of the home. Get on my level. Recorded, but hasn't been uploaded yet. So I still need to get some Visions of Mana stuff there. What else? Yellow is narration stuff that I have recorded, but I haven't edited and uploaded yet. Blue, or Peacock technically according to Google Calendar, is narration stuff that I have recorded and uploaded and everything. And green is stuff that I've done for my Fizz's Free Funds channel, which is where I just give ways to get free money from the banks, which is super cool. You should totally check that out. All right, that is that. So yes, 4th Gen, Chapter 6. Last chapter for now. Alt-WF. Start? We're at the start. Good. Oh, lovely. Yeah. This one has a little bit of Nepali. Gotta trust Google Translate for that pronunciation. I'm not even gonna risk it. That is annoying how big that paragraph is, but whatever. It just means we need to be a little bit creative. First section only gets to go that far. 4th Gen Warfare, 4th Gen 06. Image 1. Delete. Yeah, it overshoots a little, but whatever. You can get that far. 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. I do wish that the snipping tool was a little better, like it would let you actually move stuff over, change your start position, grab more, grab less. But no, it's just kind of a one and done. Quite annoying, but hey. Nope. Go. Would be nice. Yes, it would. Snorted. And 9. Go. I think I may have missed, whatever. We'll find it later. When we're editing, we'll find the missing lines. So Control N, narration, generational warfare, 4th Gen 06, start, open, 1, 2, 3, Hubble, small UI, open, 4th Generational Warfare, 4th Gen 06, 9 to 1, 1 to 9, ripple delete, and 4th Gen 06 CL, ripple delete there, zoom out, and one more audio track for later. And let's start applying 90%. But yeah, anyway, Joe the Brick, what have you been up to lately? Doing good? Hanging tight? Yeah. I don't like the sound of that. It's usually a bad sign. You've been existing rather decently. Well, hey, better decently than not decently, but you can definitely do better than decent. Alright. And yeah, we'll go ahead and find what I managed to miss saving. Been less than optimal week, but yeah, I feel you. This last weekend was really bad for me. Last Friday, I've got dance practice on Friday evenings. Yay, which is what I'll be doing tomorrow. I was like, no, I've got an entire weekend to open ahead of me. That usually means bad things, so I skipped out on dance practice, and grabbed just took apart my entire dryer, replaced the rollers that support the drum, because they had completely burned through. And yeah, once I had that, I went over and put it all back together. Gosh dang, yeah, but hey, it's better to take it apart and pay $25 for the rollers from Amazon and replace them yourself than it is to either get it serviced professionally or buy a completely new dryer, because that'd be one hell of a thing. Yeah, and of course the Speed Queen, that's the thing. If I were to actually get a new washer or dryer, it would be a Speed Queen, because honestly, screw every other dryer and washer. That is the only thing that is decent these days. Everything else sucks. Yeah, I have opinions. If you actually want something that actually washes, and your headphones went die, no! Hopefully you can just turn on speakers or something.
Azek's eyes jumped open at the alert that was shining directly into his face. He untangled his tail and licked clean his eyes, before staring at it again. His cargo master was repeatedly activating the emergency alert just outside the cargo bay.
So, bring up the cargo bay access. What's going on down there? RSX. Gonna have to keep speakers real low. Ugh, okay. Got people you don't want to wake up or something, or just not disturb? Silence met him.
Turning, he saw Syl was absent. He was alone on the bridge. There had been no response from Garrosh to the false contract he had created. Moving to Syl's console, he jabbed the buttons. The benefit of the trade system that the Zilpic practiced was Azek had come up through the whole structure of the crew, and there was very little of the crew's duties he did not know inside and out. He brought up the view screen, and felt his tail latch itself around the base of Syl's chair in panic. A large group of armed humans were there, dressed in white and gray clothing, their faces uniformly dark black, with lighter circles around their eyes. His cargo master was curled in a ball on the ground, and one of the humans was lifting its foot up, where it clearly had just stood on Atris's tail. As he watched, mind worrying as to what to do, and how things had reached this point, he saw the humans begin to move down the corridor, one of them stopping to crouch next to Atris's prone form. The human holding a coil pistol was speaking with one holding a large human weapon rather than a coil gun. Then, the pistol wielder made some sign to the one who stood on Atris's tail. The tail stepper slung his coil gun onto his back, came over, and then, to Azek's shock, picked Atris up in a single smooth motion, carrying her easily on its shoulder, despite her being easily a foot taller than it. Azek moved away from the console.
Turn on ripple. Expand that. Yeah. But yeah, basically, I hate modern washers. They're just like, yeah, we'll be water efficient. What does that mean? We won't use that much water and we'll recycle your dirty water. It's like, ew. And that's just a great way to make your clothes stink. So yeah. Speed Queen, the only good choice. The downside is those things are freaking expensive. They're like, $1,500 each. Hey, Mystic Blade Works, welcome. Welcome back. Right back. Rather disgusting. Yes. Modern washers are ultra disgusting. Yeah, so basically that's why once my current washer blows itself up or just gets beyond repair, gonna go for a Speed Queen. Hooray for good old-fashioned low-efficiency washers that actually work. And began to move towards the door to his personal quarters. The armor in there from the chef would stop a coil gun round, and might keep him alive if the humans were as geared for violence as the Harchan had implied their military was.
Atris's tail felt to run for something to grip onto. It found nothing, as she bounced along on the shoulders of the strange creatures that had captured her. Her wrists and ankles were bound with some sort of binder, not painfully, but tight enough to stop her from being able to move. She did, however, feel weirdly comforted by the sheer amount of heat that the thing carrying her was giving off. The High Trader charged his crew for raising the temperature above not uncomfortable levels in their rooms, and right now, there was approximately a most of her disposable income amount of heat going into her body. That wasn't to say she wasn't still panicking, as from what she knew of warm bloods who were this aggressive and proactive, they usually were carnivores or omnivores, and she couldn't shake the idea that she might be spare rations. Her collar began to slowly filter odd words to her, as the language AI within it began to pick up on odd words and
language from the things around her. Very cool things, yep. Anyway, Mystic Blade Works, how are you doing?
Find important points, obey. Find important people, obey. Keep way out safe, obey. At least they seemed to be genuinely intelligent and individualistic. No hive mind. That was hell to negotiate with, as she had on occasion had the displeasure of doing so for supplies. She risked opening her eyes slightly, and saw that she was upside down, staring at the floor as she was bounced along. Turning her head, she found herself looking up at the tallest of the things. Now she could see the blackness of its skin was some sort of paste, and around its hairline where its cloth head covering shifted, there was a thin line of pale skin. She could also see that the things were moving to the crew area, and at an impressive rate. She could feel the breathing of the thing carrying her, and it had remained a steady rate the entire time. Suddenly, she realized the taller thing was looking at her, and she tried to close her eyes quickly. Her
translation AI disagreed.
Awake. Stop. Refusal. She wasn't certain if that was a good thing. She heard a door open ahead of them, and her ears filled with shouting of the crew. Where most were enjoying a meal before they moved towards the rim of the system. Loud shouts came back from the things who had her prisoner. She desperately hoped the next sound would be
the horde of coil guns.
Jack ducked beneath the table. A large group of very angry humans had just interrupted the pre-slipstream meal, armed with coil guns. Jack was very frustrated he hadn't decided to invest in a personal interface collar like the officers in the High Trader, as he would have been able to understand what the humans were saying after all the data he'd been exposed to during the negotiations with the Hardchan. He saw several of his crew had followed his example, and realized that, for once, he was the Zilpic with the best idea of what was happening and how to solve it. Perhaps know enough to even achieve something. Perhaps get marked for a heroism bonus by the High Trader. Maybe get a pay raise. Slowly, he stood, letting his tail wrap around another crew members, as he hoped the humans had no idea how scared he was. He raised his hands above his head, imitating the humans he'd seen being arrested by the Hardchan during the meeting with the Hardchan commander. Multiple coil guns pointed at him, but when they saw his hands raised, they lowered slightly. He saw nearly all the crew were beneath tables or behind flipped ones, while a few who were nearest the door the humans had entered from were curled up on the ground, protecting their vulnerable throats and bellies. He slowly moved to the side so he could be seen more clearly,
and pointed up and down at himself, trying to indicate he wasn't armed, and that he wasn't looking to cause any problems.
Daniel raised his eyebrows as he saw one of the lizards emerge, hands raised above its head. All the others were either hiding or curled up as their prisoner had done. Let's see where this goes, he told his men, before repeating it in Nepali for the newer recruits, who wouldn't have a perfect grasp of English.
Yet. Alright, and open the Poly 6. Jump to there. Nope. See. English yet. Gain 15. English yet. Nope. English yet. Aha, this is why I keep headphones / earbuds you don't use. Nice! Always good. Grasp of English yet. And apply another gain. English yet. Why? So annoying. He noticed the prisoner lizard. Wow, a language that isn't English. Yes, it's Nepali. And I'm using Google Translate because I'm not going to pronounce that. Not even going to try.
So,
He noticed the prisoner lizard looking confused as he spoke time, its head turning towards him. He also now realized that all the other lizards here weren't wearing the same collar as the one they had, nor were they wearing this colorful clothing. Perhaps they'd had the fortune to capture an officer, nearly entirely by mistake. Perhaps they even had one of the translation devices had used to make their edicts and orders. He took a step forward, then turned sharply, a rattling sound coming from a rapidly rising shutter at the other side of the room. It revealed a somewhat larger lizard, its mouth open, and the frill around its neck bright and blue, raised fully. More importantly, it was holding a long, flat blade in one hand, and in the other a pistol like its own. Some very angry hissing came from it, and the retort of a bolt filled the room. He felt a sharp pain in his left arm, as he saw the lizard drop back down, as the air where it had been was filled with bolts and bullets, from a weapon that had been made when his grandfather had been a young man. Angry Nepali filled the room, as the Gurkhas finished shooting, and he saw the lizard, who had stood up, had dived back down to the floor, as well as a shaking tail rise up above the counter, pistol clasped in its tail, before the gun was thrown into the room. Padam slowly moved over towards it, coil gun still aimed at the open shutter, until he was able to recover it. Devi, who had been bringing up the rear, moved next to him. Snorted. Of course, these lizards are such bad shots they can't get an officer from less than 10 meters, the snarky sharpshooter said, indicating Daniel's arm. Daniel saw the bolt had carved a half-inch line through the side of his upper arm, the friction having somewhat seared the wound close, though it was leaking. He put it down to adrenaline that he wasn't screaming in pain. He allowed Devi to apply field dressing, binding it down, as with gestures from their weapons. The rest of the Gurkhas got the more violent lizard out of its room, and moved the rest of the prisoners to the far side of the room, where they wouldn't be able to rush the squad. He was about to test his theory about their first prisoner being able to understand him, when the door on the far side of the room opened, and a lizard, still pulling on elaborate robes, covered in different colored gems over some sort of bulky plate harness, and a large golden collar covering the bottom of his face nearly slid in, before pulling up short. Then, to his surprise, a mechanically neutral voice, like a digital assistant, began to speak as he saw the new arrival straighten himself. Greetings, humans. I am High Trader Azik, captain of this vessel. Please direct all enquiries to me, as well as any negotiation. There we go. They're speaking Napoleon? No, not Napoleon, Nepali. Like from Nepal, where Gurkhas come from. Okay. Save, export, 1, 2, 3, 4th generational warfare, 4th Gen 06, 4th Gen 06, and render. Woo! Napalm. Yeah. They are speaking the human equivalent of napalm. Napalm burns everything, Gurkhas kill everything. Alright, that is... So I guess I can close you. Human FTL is insane since we got everything from you. We can close 4th Gen 06 since we got everything from you. Y. Save. And close. There we go, looking better already. Clearing out more stuff. OBS, authors list. Yeah, troublemakers, we can close you. We can close you. There we go already. Clearing out more stuff. Okay. Social stream. It's all good. Yeah. All right, we move on to the next one, which is Troublemakers 18. Troublemakers 018. Start. Open. Narration trouble. Oh, nope. Nope. Definitely not you. Although I do need to narrate this for next year's Lunar New Year. Friendly reminder that you don't get to celebrate Lunar New Year unless you're literally from a country that does, or if you were invited by someone who is from a country that does. Andy Wong. Friendly reminder that I hereby formally invite everyone to celebrate Lunar New Year. Anyway, we want Hubble. Yeah, I got a massive backlog of stuff that I need to start narrating for shorts, because shorts are where that stuff comes from. Based. Yes, very based. On a scale of based to soy, Andy was super based. And speaking of based, who? What is it based on? Absolutely nothing. Um, gotta love that thing. So, Troublemakers, Golgotha's Big Bang, get the audio file, which is that one. The transport came based on the dream I had 2 years ago. What's your source on that? Source? I dreamed it 2 years ago. Let's maybe expand that. That's better. Much better. Although I guess, since we're already off tangent, let's see, so we had Control O. Nah, not gonna. Whatever. And Andy? I think that was Andy. He gets to celebrate by singing, "Yes, you're coping and seething, coping and seething. You just can't explain what you're feeling. Yes, you're coping and seething. The future is scalding, and now you are malding and coping so hard." The funny song, hey, it is too amazing to not sing and celebrate with. Oh. All right. Back we go. Troublemakers, 3 pages. Not bad. Coping and seething. You forgot what you were gonna say. It is that good of a song. Let's see. Troublemakers 18. But speaking of good songs, I was hanging out in someone else's chat on Twitch, and they were joking. They're turning the Charizard's gay. So I said, hey, I'm angry. I had enough of these people. Although, don't feel comfortable singing out loud the rest of it. Not that I don't mind singing it, because I absolutely sing it, but singing on stream might not be the smartest of ideas. Might get me into some kind of trouble, so I shan't continue it. It's a fun one. Before they open it. There we go. Oh, yes, Alex Jones as an indie folk song. Hilarious. YouTube has that on my YouTube mix right next to Keep Your Rifle by Your Side. We're singing, oh Lord. Yeah, whatever. However it goes. It's a good one. All the memes about that one are so fun. It's like, no, don't you know they're the bad guys? Keep my rifle by my side. Can I right click? And as soon as you right click, it messes everything up. Save to Zest. Evelyn, hello! Me when guns stop crimes more than they start them. Yes! Very, very accurate. No, 3. Evelyn, just a slight warning. You are on Twitch. I have the Twitch ads turned up to maximum right now. Like, literally 22 minutes of ads per hour. So, if you don't mind hanging out there, not a problem. But I just want to warn you, you might want to go on to one of the other channels. Maximum Profit! Yes. Hey, I got a Twitch payout today, so hooray! It's $60 in my account. Not bad for about four months of streaming. Yippee! Yes, yippee indeed. But yeah, if you just want to like leave the Twitch, if you want to leave Twitch open in the background, and switch to a different video host, that would be greatly appreciated. If you just want to sit and watch the ads for whatever reason, then be my guest. There we go. Good choice. I just need to remember to turn the ads back to normal. Joe the Brick is lonely on YouTube. Yes. Yes, he is. Do we continue on? Actually, no. We stop right there. 5. We're just having fun, joking around, messing around while I do work. Hooray for video editing. 10 ghosts here with you, but they don't talk, or 12 ghosts. Yeah. I'm sure some of those are bots. One of them, or at least 2 of them are, by the way, what am I doing? I am doing stuff for my Narration Channel. I just narrate sci-fi stories. Let's go ahead and save you for 6. Opposite direction. So literally all you're doing is watching me do video production. And over Golgotha 7. Right. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Save. Humanity. Fuck yeah. Going to save the motherfucking day now. Humanity. Fuck yeah. And Joe the Brick is doing everything to distract me and keep me from being productive. That is also true. That is also very, very true. Alright. 7 to 1. 1 to 7. Drop you in. Ripple delete. Expand you out way too far. Mischievous Brick. Yes. Yes, you are. You are a very mischievous brick. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. And 90. Boom. Right. Save. Backtrack. The transport came to a smooth stop. Drake could hear the guards conversing with Renton, and suddenly understood why the driver had been so eager to join up.
Hey, it's the renal failure. Here to deliver our new rations.
A nasally voice jabbed, getting a small reply from the driver.
It's Renton, guys. And yes, got them all ready for you in the back.
A different, more gruff voice replied to Renton.
Renton Schmenton. No one cares, delivery boy. Go on, make your delivery and get out of here.
The transport started moving again, and Drake felt the giddiness rising in his stomach. The plan was working so far. After a few minutes of painfully slow movement, the transport switched directions, emanating a soft beeping as it backed up. Drake stood, positioning himself so he could raise his suppressed carbine when the cargo doors opened. The muffled sound of voices walked around the side of the truck. They stopped as soon as they got to the rear, the sound of choking reaching them through the doors before they opened. Renton smiled at them, an unconscious Geknoshin in a headlock beneath his arm.
I overheard you guys talking about needing to get Harl out of the base.
Renton pointed at the unconscious Geknoshin under his arm.
This is Harl. I didn't expect him to be here, but hey, lucky you, right?
Drake slowly lowered his carbine, poking his head out of the doors and glancing around. The warehouse was empty except for them. How long will he be out? Drake asked, jumping down and gesturing for Destro to bring out the bomb. Renton looked down and gently shook Harl, the other Gecknotion groaning as he came to.
Now, Renton, what the hell, man? Wait, who are these guys?
Harl struggled, but Renton's grip didn't relax. Drake knelt in front of the struggling Gecknotion as Remen and Destrier unloaded the massive bomb from the truck. Your dad asked us to spare you, so congratulations. You're being rescued. Please don't resist.
You're being rescued. Please don't resist. You're a mean one, Mr. Brick. You really are a heel. You're as solid as brick. Fine, since you're distracting me from work. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. No, yeah, I don't know how the rest of the song goes. I literally just know the tune to the opening. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. Yeah, no. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Yeah, I definitely don't have that. I thought I knew the tune, but apparently not. Alright, whatever. Back to editing we go.
The headlock Gecknotion stopped struggling almost immediately.
My dad's alive.
Drake nodded sharply. Harl seemed to let out a huge sigh of relief, then his eyes sharpened.
What's his name? I need to know you aren't lying.
Drake glanced at Cassius, who shrugged. Then chewing his lip, he stated, He goes by Brown now. We don't know if he always has. The captured Gecknotion immediately relaxed, face dipping down and out of sight. Then their bodies started hitching, wet, gasping sounds coming from Harl's hidden face. He was crying. Drake let him cry and turned around, watching his Destrier slowly place the blasting cap onto the blob of putty stuck to the barrel's lid. Lengths of piping, duct taped around the barrel, and filled with tough gravel, were their solution to the thin-walled barrel not being
shrapnel. It was complete overkill. But wait, there's more!
He watched as Destrier made sure the detonator was synced up with a small black control box attached to the blasting cap. With a smile, the big man lobbed Drake the detonator. Catching it, Drake turned around, looking down at Harl. We're leaving. You can come with us if you want, but no, you won't be able to return to your normal life. You can stay if you want, but I'd rather not be anywhere near this when it goes off. Renton, let him go. Renton lifted his arm and Harl stood up straight, finally seeing the BAB. A look of disbelief crossed his face before being smoothed over, with an all-too-familiar mask of calm.
I guess I don't have much choice. I'll go with you.
Drake nodded. Good choice.
BAB. Big Ass Bomb. Choice. Literally what it stands for, explained 2 chapters earlier.
Then he turned to Destrier and Remen, who were loading crates into the back of the transport. Drake furrowed his brows.
What are you guys doing?
Destrier and Remen paused, looking sheepish. Destrier was the first to speak up, voice like a kicked puppy. They, had canned fruit and vegetable, boss. I feel like it'd be a shame to blow it all up. Drake was about to object, but the thought of some non-synthesized food made his mouth water. Drake stepped forward, picking up a crate labeled Peaches, as he jerked his head at Renton and Harl. They're not wrong. Help us load this up, then we leave.
Bombs in the walls!
Drake and the others unloaded from the back of the transport. Renton had taken them to a hill on the opposite side of town. This was the planned meeting spot if they'd somehow gotten separated during this mission. But now, it was their vantage point to witness the bomb's blast. Drake looked out over the glittering lights of Golgotha as he raised the detonator above his head like a torch. With a smile, he spoke to those he lost along the way. This is for you, all of you. Thank you for lending me your strength. He clicked the button, and for a moment night turned to day as the BAB went off. 1 pound of SP-90 was equivalent to 8 pounds of TNT, and the shockwave attested to that. The air turning opaque as the shockwave boomed out over Golgotha, windows shattering from the force. It only took a few seconds for the shockwave to reach them, and it knocked all 7 back a few steps, while moving the still hovering transport a few inches in the opposite direction.
Direction.
Holy shit. Drake? Destrier muttered. Yeah? Drake asked, stunned by the destructive power of his own bomb. That was a lot bigger than we expected. Yup. Let's not do that again. Agreed, the others said in almost perfect unison, watching as chunks of debris rained down over Golgotha.
Here we go. No. Yeah. Jenna, Troublemakers 18. Boom. I, meanwhile, want to go back to 4th gen. Yep, I messed up. Like, I had a nasty feeling that I had messed up, and I did. I did. You are Gen Warfare, 4th Gen 06, save, yes, overwrite. Forgot to trim that. Here's your internet issue, be back soon. Alright, see you later, Evelyn. Yep. So that one was incorrect. Remove. N, back to 4th Gen, no, not 4th Gen 06, Troublemakers 18. That way they are in the correct order in my history. Because I am obsessive about that. Right, Troublemakers 06, good. Where to now? Yeah. Got that successfully done. Trezin, stop stealing my typing ability! Oh. Alright. Already edited this. Already did. Okay. Quick bathroom break. See you in 30 seconds. Wait, is it Trazin or Trazin? Today we are reading Stop Censoring Me, YouTube. You ruined a joke, YouTube. Ah! Yeah, that does sound like YouTube. Randomly censoring people and messing with them. Probably shouldn't have had a little bit of popcorn, but whatever. All right, let me just remember. Yes. Recording in progress. I look over to another chat, see, don't complain, just be scared. What is this, the Night Lords? When you say another chat, do you mean like from another stream you're you're in, or where? Let's jump back here for a second. So we've done editing for FTL's Insane, 4th Gen 06, and you. Now we get to record for the 23rd. Nah, just a random game. Okay. So yeah. Recording in progress. Which means we will be reacting a little bit less to chat while we do that. Jada Hop smoothed her fur out with a slender paw, looking over at Volite, her co-host. Oh, already messed up. How wonderful. Distraction effectiveness has gone down during this time. So sad. Yes. Unfortunately. Fortunately, it's only about 2.5 pages. So, not all that much. Means I should be able to record it in about 6-ish minutes of total recording time, plus re-records. Call it 10 minutes, probably. It's not a crazy long thing. We'll see if by 11:01 we have it done. Jada Hop smoothed her fur out with a slender paw, looking over at Volite. Her co-host was untangling his tentacles as he was practicing his surprised expression in a mirror. Ready? Volite swiveled his eye towards Jada Hop.
Might as well. The sooner we knock this out, the sooner we can knock off.
That is a Terran expression, is it not?
Just trying to get in the mood, Jada Hop.
Jada Hop shook her shaggy head as she reached to practice paw out towards the control board. Silently counting to 8 as the jingle played, she beamed towards the Tridio pickup. She put on her best welcoming expression as her co-host started talking.
Hello, sentients, and welcome to another Top 8.
10.
Sorry, Top 10 facts about your fellow sentient species.
And today, we are looking at humans from Terra, the species that surprised us all when they emerged on the galactic stage last megacycle. Volite kept looking at the pickup as he waited for Jada Hop to read her lines, trusting that the video producers would insert the proper graphics on the wall behind them as they worked their way through the script. And what a surprise it was, too. So, what is the top 10 facts about humans, Volite?
Starting at number 10. Humans give live birth to underdeveloped younglings who require years of dedicated rearing to become productive members of society.
Sounds wasteful, but it leads us to number 9 on our list. Humans will viciously attack anyone or anything that threatens the well-being of their younglings, up to and including the late, once great, Holy Continuum Syndicate Nomadic Khanate. Volite did his best to look shocked as he took his turn speaking, knowing that their producer would take the opportunity to flash some of the most gruesome imagery from the Terran Khanate War.
The fires are still raging on the Khanate's home planet, by the way. Coming in at number 8. Humans don't use an octal counting system. They use base 10 instead, which is why this list has 2 more entries than usual.
Jada Hop bobbed her head, peering at the teleprompter to make sure she remembered her line. And that is very weird, since all humans have only 4 limbs. Volite lifted 8 of his tentacles to highlight the odd number, leaning forward as he spoke.
Even weirder is that they only walk on 2 of those limbs, which is why bipedalism is number 7 on our list. How can they do that and not fall over?
Only humans know. Number 6. Humans have fought wars since before they discovered spaceflight. But, I hear you hiss, against who? You need 2 species for making war. Jada Hop shook her shaggy head in negation. Okay, it's going to be Jada Hop again. Humans don't. They have been fighting themselves for their entire recorded history, for all sorts of imaginary reasons.
Unique among sentients who achieve interstellar recognition. How did they ever get into space?
Ugh, that was terrible.
Unique among sentients who Unique among sentients Unique among sentients who achieve interstellar recognition. How did they ever get into space?
That is number 5 on our list. Humans first reached space by riding barely controlled explosions, and they still prefer doing it that way, instead of using perfectly safe matter transmission.
Volite flashed his most practiced, shocked expression. Utter madness. As is the 4th item on our list. Humans will eat anything. Plants, fungi, meat. If it is there, a human will likely consume it.
So better watch out if you don't want to feel those teeth cracking your exoskeleton. Number 3. Humans will try to mate with all and any sentient. Number 3.
Wow, scrumptious.
Number 3. Humans will try to... Number 3. Humans will try to mate with all and any sentient, so those teeth may not be trying to eat you in a literal sense.
Jada Hop blushed a practiced pale green, knowing that some of their viewers were already busy sending complaints over the hinted at impropriety. On cue, Volite wiggled his tentacles as he went on. Or they might. Or they might, if the human is hungry enough. Number 2. Humans require 1.3 million joules of energy through their food every single day.
Most species could feed a family on that for an octal days.
And after all that, you're wondering, what can possibly top all that?
What weird fact can be out-weirding all those other 9?
What could be taking down a star empire? What could be taking down a star empire for threatening their younglings, walking on two legs, riding explosions into space, and being all-consuming omnivores? Volite looked at Jada Hop. Jada Hop looked at Volite. Then Jada Hop turned to the Tridio pickup and prepared to deliver the final fact.
Just one thing could.
Number 1 on our list of the top 10 facts about humans that will shock you.
And it is?
That humans are mostly harmless.
Jada Hop nodded and blushed a less practiced and more genuine green. Indeed they are. Cute too, I must say.
Unless you threaten their younglings, of course.
Of course.
They both sat for a second as the light dimmed, then relaxed. That is a wrap.
That is another Terran expression, is it not?
Indeed it is, Jada Hop. Want to start coming up with ideas for the next show?
I am sorry, Volite, but I'm meeting Josh from marketing.
Ah, he is a Terran, is he not?
Indeed he is, Volite. He has invited me on a date, whatever that is, and said he could show me even more amazing things about humans.
Wow. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. I called it. I knew exactly how long this thing would be. Scrumptious. Don't eat me, I'm a brick. If there's a hole, there's a goal. No, that is not the correct saying. The correct saying is, if there's a hole, it's a man's job to thrust into it. If there's a hole, it's a guy's job to thrust into it. Holes, it's a guy's job to thrust into them. The original, ooh, that goes from Know Your Meme. Okay, we need to check out what. If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you are no longer a racing driver. No. Bad. Bad, 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 bad.
Oh, hey, there's your line. Ah, if there's a hole, there's a goal. All right. Know your meme? That's that. Well, okay, it's just random anime manga. Aw. Oh. All right, whatever. That's all good. Back to the calendar, I guess we can go. And event yellow top 8 10 facts about humans, right? That was what it was called. Yep. Top 8 10 facts about humans. Yay! Pull up, Luigi. Ah, it's a Ouija. So you can turn off the recording in progress. But yeah, what about Luigi? Or just the picture that I did find there? If there's a hole, there is a goal. Yes, that is what the Ouija says. Scroll that a little bit. That's better. Yay. Progress. All right. What do I do next? Next. Luigi, your hole is not supposed to go in the blender hole. Oh, that was not the hole. Luigi, your shamalama ding dong is not supposed to go in the blender hole. Let me turn on my privacy screen again. And let's fire up good. Search for Reversicide. Insert off-screen screaming. Ah! Reverse what now? Reversicide. Here, let me turn the privacy screen off. It is another story, which I am just about to ask Championship Fine for permission to narrate. He last made a comment 2 years ago, which is not Reversicide went up to 20. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I cannot guarantee that I'll actually get permission from him in any reasonable amount of time, assuming since it looks like he has abandoned Reddit as of 2 years ago, really. Submitted. I guess he submitted something a year ago, but to D&D, but that's it. So yeah, not really guaranteeing that I'll any updates. Do we have a specific time? November 14th, 2023. Yeah, so a year and a half ago. Actually, almost exactly a year and a half ago. Anyway, let me go ahead and put the privacy screen back on. Championship Fine, send a message, subject, narration permission. Anime Championship. Fine. I see you haven't posted anything on Reddit for a year and a half. But I hope that this message gets to you. I really enjoyed reading your story, Reverse-a-Kide. And for you, Joe the Brick, and for anyone watching the VOD later, Reverse-a-Kide is just like Isekai, except in the other direction. The people from the fantasy universe got Isekai over into our universe. Reverse-a-Kide. And let's get here. Welcome to the Glades. First one, yeah. Yep, that is the first chapter. Hop over here. Story Reverse-a-Kide. Paste URL for his convenience. Enjoy reading your story. Reverse-a-Kide. If Muse ever strikes again, I eagerly look forward to reading more of the story. In the meantime, I would like to ask your permission to narrate Reverse-a-Kide. I run a small narration channel. Stabby Reads. Boom. And close you. Oh, so they get a reality check. Oh yes, they definitely get a reality check. Lots of differences. Like they go to it says, oh yeah, let's just go to a library. And I'm like, oh, but we don't have any money or anything that we could offer to get in there. It's like, nah, it's a library. It's free. You just walk in and read whatever you want, check out whatever you want. Okay, I'll run a small narration channel. Stabby Reads. I cast Fireball. Nothing happens. Yeah. And because it's in Florida, they literally meet Florida Man. Who kills a gigantic croc. I'll run a small narration channel that focuses on HFY and summer stories. That's the fantasy world of the real world. Florida! That's the fantasy world of the real world. Besides Australia. Oh, you call that a knife? Ah, this is a knife. I was listening to some guy on a live stream. He's like, what is it with Australian accents? You know, they all call them the same thing, but some of them you've got like that you just sound really stupid, and some of them you sound really cool. Like Crocodile Dundee. He sounds cool. Doesn't sound, you know, not like you sound exceptionally smart. He sounds cool. But then you got other Australian accents that are just like, Chat GPT, what's the average size of a crocodile in Florida? That one's a reference to Lily J. Yeah, she's something. In the meantime, I'd like to ask your permission to narrate Reverse Akide. I run a small narration channel, Stabby Reads. Okay. Hi, Championship Fine. I see you haven't posted anything on Red for a year and a half, but I hope this message gets to you. I really enjoyed reading your story, Reverse Akide. Link to Reverse Akide. If Muse ever strikes again, I look forward to reading more of the story. In the meantime, I would like to ask your permission to narrate Reverse Akide. I run a small narration channel, Stabby Reads, and focuses on HFY and similar stories. I look forward to your reply, and thanks in advance. Stabby. Yeah, there we go. I'm like, I know I don't remember something, but yeah. That's like, ruined... A ruined from a British sounding. Joe, you really can't type today. Narration Channel. Everything is human voiced. No AI voices. Voices at all. If you do grant permission, I will, of course, abide by any and all restrictions you may. I will, of course, credit you. Link to your story. And abide by any and all restrictions you may have. As well as link to any Patreon /coffee /etc. that you may have, or to any other project you may be working on. There we go. I look forward to your reply, and thanks in advance, Stabby. Send. There we go. Request sent. Ruined form of a British accent. There we go. Yes, that makes much more sense. All right, let us go ahead, cancel that. We can close messages. Fox Corp, we want to keep him open. Neil Broody, we want to keep that open. Yes, we just go, you must sleep. Totally understandable. Let's turn off Hubble for a second. Totally understandable. Go get some sleep. It's, 11:14 here. I'm sure it's much later for you. I shall go back to being an inanimate object. Hey, just be glad that the language you speak... Well, no, I guess technically the language you speak does have a different grammatical case for inanimate objects. You become an it past midnight. Okay. Alright, so you're just mountain time, I assume. If you mean just barely past midnight. But if you mean a lot past midnight, then who knows? Noise reduction, get noise profile, A, effect, noise reduction, apply noise reduction, not nose reduction. A nose reduction would be a nose job. Narration, one shots, Wegian Warrior, top 8 facts, Humans, good. Reduce nose. Hey, have you seen Spaceballs? Princess Vespa got a nose job. Humans. CL. A. Effect. Compressor. I think I watched some of it. Watch more of it. It's good. It's good. I loved Spaceballs. I could quote that entire, maybe not the entire movie, but so much of it. All right. Go. See you. Sleep. Go to sleep, Joe the Brick. Do not shadow this this chat with your presence any further. Be gone. Got the CL. Perfect. Narration, Wegian Warrior. Later. Facts about humans. Warrior, top 8. Did I not? I didn't export. Whoops. Not Control S, Control Shift E. One shots, Wegian Warrior. Top 8 facts. I canceled that out, didn't I? Yes, okay. Yeah, I definitely canceled. Alright, minimize you. Grab you. Delete. And let's get to editing. Hey! Someone open up the stream, bombarded with the sound of someone trying really hard to open up chip bags. Sorry, I'm taking a quick break and grabbing some popcorn. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. Turn off my privacy filter. How are you doing, KZLC? Got just a couple kernels left. Once I eat them, we'll be back to editing some HFY videos. It's okay? You're fine here? Cool, cool. Yeah, I got the joy of being a little bit behind on stuff. But yeah, my release schedule, here we are today on May 15th, the last 40 minutes of it for me. Still haven't gotten tomorrow's video processed. Well, it's already edited, it's rendered, still need to come up with a thumbnail for it. Got these two recorded and edited and rendered as well. And now we're doing some editing and getting ready to render the one for next Friday. It's kind of where we stand. My glorious release schedule. Lots and lots of stuff still to do. Never fun when we're right up on the wall. Hey, life's been getting in the way the past week or so. There we go. Break's over. Back to work. Fellow sentient species. Anyway, Kaze, you a fan of HFY stuff? Or have you heard of HFY? To Terran Khanate War. Call you 3. $4. 5. Nope, just found out your channel today in the live section of YouTube. Well, welcome. I'm just doing the boring work of video production, and I figure that live streaming myself doing it does a few things. It gets my watch time up, because I still need more watch time. I've got the subs to be monetized, but I don't have the watch time to be monetized, so it helps build that up. Plus, it forces me to actually focus on this stuff. Already subbed to you just now. I'll watch some of your videos later. Still building Gunpla. Nice! Gunpla. Which one are you building? Go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. There we are. I'd open you up. Get our videos. But yeah, HFY, it's a bunch of stuff from Reddit focusing on basically humans just being freaking amazing and a lot better than aliens. Yeah, hopefully I'm happy to keep you company. P. Bandai, Ifrith, Anavata, and Zaku Half Cannon. Need to clear my backlogs fast. Okay. I am familiar with the Ifrith. Not familiar with Ifrit Anavata. Where's that from? Also, Zaku Half Cannon. Haven't heard of that one either. Ifrith Avanada. Oh, it's Lefrith. Lefrith Anavada. Interesting. Okay. So it's from the manga from Mercury. Gotcha. I assumed that was actually supposed to be something like, it was supposed to be related to the Ifrit and the Ifrit custom. Because we got the Ifrit. Don't know if that one actually appears in any work or if it's just from G-Gen. Okay, no. Across dimension. No, that's a lie. Game. Wiki. Bad wiki. It does not appear in Cross Dimension 0079. The Ifrit custom appears in Cross Dimension 0079. Mobile Suit Gundam side story missing link. Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. Okay. Evolved into the Ifrit. Oh, wait, no. No, Ifrit Custom was from Blue Destiny. Okay. Then yes. Yes, I guess the Ifrit did show up in Cross Dimension. My bad. Cross Dimension 0079. Wolfgar Team, Gobi Desert. Yeah, there it is. Gundam Pixie versus in the Ifrit. Yeah, the Ifrit and the Lefrith are not from the same timeline. Yep. That is the case. Okay. So much for that. But the Ifrit Nacht. Where's that one from? Battlefield Record 0081. Okay. And Ifrit Schneid. Unicorn. Okay. Ifrit Custom. Ifrit Jaeger. Code Fairy. Okay. And also developed into the Gilguk High Mobility Assault. Oh. Yeah, I totally see that. Appeared in 0083 Rebellion. Yeah, I totally see how that is a combination of a Gilguk and an Ifrit. Alright. Enough dawdling about. Back to work we go. Yeah, but speaking of Gunpla, my collection is pretty small. I have the no grade 1/100 Virtue, which is able to do the armor purge and become a Nodle, as well as the HG Dynamis with GN Arms Type D. That's a cool one. And I've got Gundam 007 Swords, and I have the Master Grade G3 Gundam. The Dynamis is built, the Virtue is built, the G3 and the 007 swords I purchased in 2010 and I still haven't built them. Bad me. Bad stabby. Bad stabby. Yeah, if you do want to check out my gaming channel, I have been playing SD Gundam G-Gen Eternal since that thing came out about a month ago. I was doing daily or nightly streams for the first couple of days once it was out, but kind of calmed down a bit. Still taking care of all the events and just slowly making my way through the story. Oh. Right. Let's get the earbuds and let's start doing quality check and editing. Jada Hop smoothed her fur
with a slender paw, looking over at Volite. Her co-host was untangling his tentacles as he was practicing his surprised expression in a mirror. Ready? Volite swiveled his eye towards Jada Hop. Might as well. The sooner we knock this out, the sooner we can knock off. That is a Terran expression, is it not? Just trying to get in the mood, Jada Hop. Jada Hop shook her shaggy head as she reached to practice paw out towards the control board, silently counting to 8 as the jingle played. She beamed towards the trio pickup. She put on her best welcoming expression as her co-host started talking. Hello, Sentients, and welcome to another Top 8. 10. Sorry, Top 10.
Facts about your fellow sentient species.
And today, we are looking at humans from Terra, the species that surprised us all when they emerged on the galactic stage last megacycle. Volite kept looking at the pickup as he waited for Jada Hop to read her lines, trusting that the video producers would insert the proper graphics on the wall behind them as they worked their way through the script. And what a surprise it was too. So, what is the top 10 facts about humans, Volite?
Starting at number 10, humans give live birth to underdeveloped younglings who require years of dedicated rearing to become productive members of society.
Sounds wasteful, but it leads us to number 9 on our list. Humans will viciously attack anyone or anything that threatens the well-being of their younglings, up to and including the late, once great, Holy Continuum Syndicate Nomadic Khanate. Volite did his best to look shocked as he took his turn speaking, knowing that their producer would take the
opportunity to flash some of the most gruesome imagery from the Terran Khanate War.
The fires are still raging on the Khanate's home.
The only 00 kit you have is the real grade 00 Quanta. Ooh, nice. That is a nice one. How many kits you got? Doesn't need to be the exact number, just generally speaking. Like I said, I've only got the 4, and only 2 of them built, by the way.
Coming in at number 8, humans don't use an octal counting system. They use base 10 instead, which is why this list has 2 more entries than usual. Jada Hop bobbed her head, carrying at the teleprompter to make sure she remembered her line. And that is very weird, since all humans have only 4 limbs. Volite lifted 8 of his tentacles to highlight the odd number, leaning forward as he spoke.
Even weirder is that they only walk on 2 of those limbs, which is why bipedalism is number 7 on our list. How can they do that and not fall over? Only humans know. Number 6. Humans have fought wars since before they discovered spaceflight. But I hear you hiss.
Against who? You need 2 species for making war.
Jada Hop shook her shaggy head in negation. Humans don't. They have been fighting themselves for their entire recorded history, for all sorts of imaginary reasons.
Unique among sentients who achieve interstellar recognition. How did they ever get into space?
That is number 5 on our list. Humans first reached space by riding barely controlled explosions, and they still prefer doing it that way, instead of using perfectly safe matter transmission. Volite flashed his most practiced, shocked expression.
Utter madness. As is the 4th item on our list. Humans will eat anything. Plants, fungi, meat. If it is there, a human will likely consume it.
So better watch out if you don't want to feel those teeth cracking your exoskeleton. Number 3. Humans will try to mate with all and any sentient, so those teeth may not be trying
to eat you in a literal sense.
Jada Hop blushed a practiced pale green, knowing that some of their viewers were already busy sending complaints over the hinted at impropriety. On cue, Volite wiggled his tentacles as he went on.
Or they might, if the human is hungry enough. Number 2. Humans require 1.3 million joules of energy through their food, every single day.
Most species could feed a family on that, for an octal days.
And after all that, you're wondering, what can possibly top all that?
What weird fact can be out-weirding all those other 9?
What could be taking down a star empire for threatening their younglings, walking on two legs, riding explosions into space, and being all-consuming omnivores?
Volite looked at Jada Hop. Jada Hop looked at Volite. Then Jada Hop turned to the trio pickup and prepared to deliver the final fact. Just one thing could.
Number 1 on our list of the top 10 facts about humans that will shock you.
Humans that will shock you.
And it is
that humans are mostly harmless.
Jada Hop nodded and blushed a less practiced, more genuine green. Indeed they are. Cute too, I must say.
Unless you threaten their younglings, of course.
Of course. They both sat for a second as the light dimmed, then relaxed.
Now that is a wrap.
That is another Terran expression, is it not?
Indeed it is, J-Hop. Want to start coming up with ideas for the next show?
I'm sorry, Volite, but I'm meeting Josh for marketing.
Ah, he is a Terran, is he not?
Indeed, he is, Volite. He has invited me on a date, whatever that is, and said he could show me even more amazing things about humans.
There we are. Edited. Save and export. One shots. Weekend Warrior. Top 8 facts about Terrans. For the HG kits, you got mostly around 35. For real grade, you got 1, and for master grade, you got 3. Mostly build high grade, been building since 2012. Nice. Yeah. I got my first 2 kits in 2008, and then the next 2 kits that I bought and never built in 2010. I have had backlog for longer than you have been building. Don't take that seriously. Though you are working properly. Good. That's looking good. All right, that can get to rendering. I guess we go. Yeah, I guess we go to GIMP and start working on thumbnails. It's the only thing left. Got a request there for that. We could get to work, but yeah, focus on that. Let me just check how we stand on energy in GGen. 71, perfect. We can let that last until 1 a.m. That's true, you should build it fast. Those polycaps quality can degrade over time, even in the box. Yeah, I know. And the worst part is, I bought those 2 secondhand, so I don't even know when the original owner purchased them. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. It's like, no. Apparently, no, I can't. Do not have the time. All right. But yeah, I'm working to get myself to 1 month of backlog. And clearly that is not the case. These light grays, that's my gaming channel stuff. Clearly I've only got 2 weeks of backlog there, plus a couple extra videos here. And a narration channel, I'm only all the way up to next Friday. And that is even assuming once I make thumbnails and upload. Still gotta work on those. Yeah, my goal has been to reach 1 month of backlog for a long time, but each time I get close, something happens. Only newer kits doesn't have polycaps. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so GIMP time it is. Mission one shots. Let's go to Fox Corp first. FTL is insane. Routine weapons inspection. A routine weapons inspection. Alright, come on, GIMP. You don't need to take forever to turn on. Well, I guess you probably do when the CPU is pegged at maximum. Oh yeah. CPU pegged so hard at maximum that Task Manager isn't even working. There we go. 100% CPU utilization. That's never good. Close you. Routine weapons inspection. Fox Corp. What do we want to look for? False vacuum decay. We could maybe get some sort of an image of that. Oh. That is... You got background. We can fix that. Oh no. Apparently not, because some genius saved that as a JPEG. Ah. Was afraid of that. Just found out that you're also part of a translation team from GameCube Super Robot Wars. That is correct. That is 100% correct. Bring Stabity of Super Robot Wars GameCube. I don't want to say fame, but mild notoriety among the people that are in the know. Really want to play that game, but that game's still lagging on your phone emulator. Well, the solution is to play it on a desktop emulator. Get Dolphin on your computer and play there. Okay, so much for that one. Let's see if we've got any other false vacuum decay. Ooh. That's another possibility. I'm like, I know that image. That's PBS Spacetime, and then you see the little PBS logo in the corner. Yep, absolutely PBS Spacetime. Another possibility. Right? Space Highway. Don't have a PC, don't even have a newer gen console aside from PS2 and PSP. Oh. That kind of stinks. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. That. I think we, did I not? There it is. Yeah, we got ourselves a winner. Copy image into here. LuxCorp, Human FTL is insane. Human FTL is, lowercase is, insane. Just recently started playing again SD Gundam Overworld PSP. Nice. I'm assuming with the translation patch, right? Edit. Paste as loading data. Clicked. Edit. Wait, come on. Edit. Human FTL. Oh. is insane. Perfect. And filters. Drop shadow. A little much. Little. No, I guess it's the first one. Yeah. Ah, it's just because the text is bigger. That's why. And TL, reapply, perfect. And just do a little shifting. Screw you. Pick the frickin' thing I have selected. Yes, with the English patch, it's your third playthrough. First playthrough is without cheat. Second with cheat. Current playthrough is on a higher difficulty without cheat. Much prefer the older SD Gundam game. The option parts can make a big difference in the game. I have a huge soft spot for SD Gundam G Generation Wars for the Wii. To be fair, part of it is because I made like massive contributions to the wiki for it. If you do use the wiki for it, if you ever will go back to that game, make sure you grab the one that's on Shout Wiki, not the one that's hosted on what used to be Wikia and is now called Fandom. Because that one is old and sucky. And, yeah. The other one's, the Shout Wiki is more up to date. So, I remember, I just need to grab it by the shoe here. Oh. Zoom out. That's better. There we are. Human FTL is insane. Subreddit HFY. Humanity fuck yeah. By user FoxCorp. Perfect. Yeah, I had a friend buy me a G Generation Crossrays for Christmas. I still haven't gotten around to playing it. Should maybe get to that. Anyway. No. Save. Export. It's insane. Perfect. And as a JPEG. Export. Perfect. It's looking good. Let me grab the privacy filter for just 1 second. Yeah, that thing's still weird, but whatever. Oh. Are we having problems? No. Just on that one. Yeah. Literally just right here. I think that was just, I don't know why that's black. Fresh. There we go. Yeah, my playback monitor just started acting strange, but it's fixed, so whatever. Let's go back to you and turn off the filter. Perfect. There we go. Like to go in blind. It makes the game more enjoyable. Have you done any challenge runs? Challenge runs, just like themes. One thing that I absolutely adore doing in G-Gen is playing capture and evolution only. No combination, no purchases, no exchanges, nothing. Just capture and evolution. Oh, and of course, very strictly, absolute strictly, no duplicates. Not a single duplicate allowed. Yeah, that's the general thing. When I was playing Overworld, I also did a Atherin plus girls only run. So it was basically just actually literally started with just Atherin, had him be the master unit, got rid of all of the original units, and I could only recruit characters that were seen in a stage. Nope, more into casual play. If I do any challenge, probably not going to finish the game. I am very guilty of that. I never did finish Overworld because I was playing that challenge run. But yeah, basically, I only allow only allow characters as they appear in the game. So, stage 1 of Overworld, at first you don't get anything if you just beat it normally without doing a world break. But once you do a world break, you get... Oh, no. I lied. I allowed him to have Kagali from the start. And then if you do the wars break, then you get the... why can I not remember what the main ship from Destiny was? You get the main ship from Destiny, so I said, okay, I'll allow them to buy that. They bought that. Kagali became the captain. Her stats were horrible for a captain. And Mayrin was there, so recruited her. Got her in as captain and vice captain of the... My God, why can I not remember the name of the ship? Gundam Seed, Destiny, main ship. The Minerva. There we go. Yeah. So it was Kagali as captain, Mayrin as the executive officer in the Minerva, while Atherin was out with his Gundam doing stuff. And then just kept recruiting more and more characters. And that was kind of the way to progress through there. Okay. Enough of that. Actually, next on the list. Main ship in Destiny, Minerva. Yes, thank you, Mystic Bladeworks. A little bit behind, but there we go. Unless it's just lagging that badly. Which is possible, but it should be on a low lag. Usually paired the ships with their original crew, just like in the anime. Nice. I'm hoping to create like a collaborative experience with G-Gen Wars someday. I got one of my buddies volunteered to play the 0083 team because he's always co. And I got another buddy that wanted to play the Gundam X team. And I would obviously grab the Gundam 00 team. I figure I recruit a few more people and kind of play it in an interesting way that I'm turning a single player game into a multiplayer game. Not sure if it's successful, if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but yeah. That's the goal. Enough of that. Where to next? Yes. All right, so we got all of that. Close. Close, and let's look at a top 10 list. Images. And nothing really good. Okay, safe search. You know what? I am still going to put on the privacy field for 1 second because I do not trust safe search for the thing that I'm about to search. Yep. Okay, good. It did end up being. And of course, I scroll down and suddenly it's no longer safe. It's not bad. Hmm. Let me turn off the privacy field. That looks like a Volite. I could totally see him as that. Sadly, it's can't use it. It's watermarked. Oh well. Totally fits what Volite looks like. Privacy field back on. Some people use images. Some people just, use like little privacy shields. I use an entire galaxy as my privacy screen. Probably going to do a little challenge when I resume playing Overworld later. Leveling up a ball or ball K unit to the max and use it as a master unit. Nice. Oh, okay. And not really what we're looking at. Okay. I just need to share this one. Tentacle Alien Princess Omega. Sci-fi Omegaverse. Heat monster breeding erotic short story. Yeah, how about no? Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. Okay. Yeah, that's not having much luck here. Maybe. Maybe. We can maybe work with that. And let's add. This is the one that I'm more worried about. Well, apparently, Safe Search is doing a surprisingly good job keeping all the things that I don't want off of the screen. So, hooray. how about we just search for alien co-hosts? We get the Mars Attacks aliens. Yes. Gotta love them. Ah. Mars Attacks. Ah. We come in peace. Shoot to kill. Aliens, come on. Get. No. Here I was hoping that would be useful, but apparently not. It's like, yeah, search for alien. Okay, this one's cute. Space alien costume. Gotta go. Also sub to your gaming channel. See you next stream. Awesome, Gaze. See you next time. I might be streaming tomorrow. I might not be. I've got dance practice in the evening, but I am hoping to stream some G-Gen after that. Yeah, probably G-Gen. I do need to stream some more Visions of Mana, get into the post game, but I think G-Gen Eternal is going to be my next stream, because that's something that I can fit late in the evening. For Visions of Mana, I really will kind of want to spend more than just an hour or two on the stream. Looking for alien co-hosts, but it's not giving me anything good. But alien news channel. It's not giving me those kinds of aliens. And it's gonna give me stuff about people on this channel. That could kind of resemble Volite, but what's her name? Jada Hop? Jada Hop. I mean, with the description like a Jada Hop, I'm assuming it's a bunny alien. Now, to be fair, she does have fur, but she has pickup. Did it say something like a mane? I think it mentioned a mane. Oh, no, shook her shaggy head. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. So that sounds more kind of like a dog than anything, but you know what? Why not? Let's search for a dog alien. Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine Jada Hop as. Let's search for dog alien. No. Humanoid dog alien. No. What is this? Real human dog hybrid. What is that? What even is that? Dog alien female. Before I do anything else, privacy screen back on. Okay, nothing dangerous. Nothing dangerous. Dogs react to owners being abducted by aliens. Nice, nice. still not what we're looking for. All right. This is where stuff gets annoying. It's like finding good... I'm gonna add furry, but the moment I add furry, it's gonna get weird. Yeah. Very, very weird. Frickin' furries. Oh. Furries. Nope. Not gonna read that. And definitely not sharing the screen. Yeah, no. Oh? Oh? Okay. I think we've found our Jada Hop post. All right. I think that is Jada Hop. And that is Volite. It's not amazing, and they don't really fit next to each other, but I think we can get away with it. So, let's get... It's Fox Corp. Let's hop back in here. Go to Vegan Warrior. Top 8. Oh, no, we don't. Top 8. Let's go for the ship, for the crew. Also, we don't want that one. We want the XCF. Save. So I'll just go there. Save. Background. No. No. Background. Here. Select everything. Thank you. All right. And let's grab Alien 1. S height 1080. Scale. Move. Layer. That's weird. And Jade Hop. Copy. Paste. Where are you? Fine. That's fine. Scale, height, 80. Scale, move out of here. Good. You just randomly crashed on my laptop. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Doing fine now. Let's see. Crew. Edit. Edit. about humans. Fine, I'll do it. Wait, does it not? I want it to apply as a function. Fine. There. Better. What can we... Is there no way to center? Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. We don't need to center it. Here. Actually, maybe we'll shoot there, weakened warrior. Over there. Do like a little diagonal kind of thing. Yeah. Acts about. Put you there. Good. And there we go. Got a little diagonal theme going. I like it. Top 8. No, 10. Facts about humans. I may not be an artist. I definitely am not an artist, but it's good enough for me. It's about humans. Good. Paste. Or export, not paste. Okay. After midnight already. That's fine. So, we got a thumbnail for you. We got a thumbnail for you. Already made one for you. You are simple, very simple, but still need to make one. So, Narration, 4th Gen Warfare, not 06. We are going to Troublemakers, thumbnails, 17. And save as 18. 2 out of 2. 18. 18. Export. 18 JPEG. Perfect. Done. Okay. That's where we stand. We got thumbnails, 4 videos, and we're going to be dropping 4 videos tomorrow. So basically, I made 0 forward progress. Yay! And tomorrow's not going to be another good set of forward progress. Saturday's not going to be good forward progress, at least not in the evening. Lovely. Okay, well, we'll survive. We'll survive. We're just gonna watch that number keep going down. The whole point of backlog is to have backlog, so when you got days that you can't produce, you can just write it off and worry about making stuff back up later. Need Visions of Mana. If we could get like 4 episodes of Visions of Mana recorded, that would be nice. If we could get that stuff recorded. but that would be nice. So we already know what we're going to record for you, know what we're going to record for you, don't know what we're going to record for the 26th. Yeah, well, I'm going to switch to uploading, and for uploading, I'm going to kill the stream because that's competing bandwidth, and we don't need that. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out, keeping me company while I got all this work done. I'm going to get over to uploading stuff. Yay! All right, see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye. All right, first YouTube. See ya, YouTube.